Buenos días. ¿Cómo estás? ¿Estamos bien? Muy bien. Estoy feliz que estás bien. Grand Rising team. I'm at the airport. I'm on my way to Vienna to see my good friend. And I decided to fix my bonnet because this be disappointing me. I actually tried to fix it a long time ago, but I just have a big ass head. And it'll be fighting me. So we're gonna fix it again while I'm just sitting here. I'm really tired, but I don't really feel like going to sleep. I don't really like sleeping in airports, but that was a good yawn. It's not always easy. I don't know if we're allowed to have these in the airport. Just hoping for the best here. I'm gonna be a little more low-key. This is interesting. I was thinking about this when I was like trying to pack. Do you know how important it is to travel? Yo, so many bugs over here. When you travel, you need to have stuff. I don't want you to have. Okay. You need it. God damn it. If I rip something, I need to sew it, and you guys don't want me to bring a needle. Like, that's random. But anyway, I'm just gonna do a little recap of my trip to Spain. Can't believe it's over. It's like, wow. It was like, I think this is one of the longer trips I'm doing during this 3-week, adventure. And I really just had an amazing time. Alhamdulillah, thank you God. I never know what color to use. I'm just gonna go with brown. Brown or black? I should do black. I've been wanting to use random colors and I'm like, this actually looks crazy. Why would I do that? Oh, I don't have black. I must have dropped it. That's so unfortunate. Oh, no, I didn't. Yay, it's right here. So, guys, I do not drink. And I've been drinking so much. And I actually woke up hungover. I did only sleep for like 3 hours, so that didn't help either. I visited, so my roommate from Florence, when I was doing study abroad, she helped me plan this adventure, and our intention to go to Spain was to visit our friend Leo from basketball when we were in Florence. That's how we met him. And so the first day we got there at like 10 o'clock. Like, we arrived around I arrived midday. But it took a minute to find my friend and then what else took a minute? To find my friend, my roommate, to find her at the airport. And then we headed out, and it ended up being like an hour or so bus ride, going from the train to the bus station. It was great. Easy. Love how Europe has, real public transportation. We love an accessible world. We all deserve it, okay? And so like sewing takes so much focus, or like, I don't know. I don't really like to multitask, honestly, but I also love it. Like, how can I focus on my words in this thread? But I did it. I made my knot. Okay. Focused. So, I met up with my friends. And the first thing we did when we got to where our friend was living, our mutual friend, is we got some wine, typical, okay, and oh, perfect. I also got a cold, or some kind of illness while I was there, but it's all good, you know. See, the thing about sewing that confuses me, it's like, where do I even, like, do it, you know? So, that was a lot of fun. First night was a lot of fun. We also went dancing after. And that was great. I got to dance bachata. One song was enough for me. I wanted to dance for real in Spain. Didn't salsa, but I mean, I was doing research before I came, and salsa is actually from Africa. It's not from Europe, so we gotta stop spreading the misinformation, guys. And so our friend, we got a drink by his job, and then we met this guy, and he was super nice, and he took us out, and then that's why I danced bachata with. And I just love meeting people that are great dancers. It's like, great energy, super cool, super kind. And then we stayed out until like freaking 4 a.m. dancing. And that was cool, because I love to dance, so I was eating it up. And it was really interesting. I like how Europe men dance a lot. I mean, outside of America, really. Like, I feel like in America, men be so afraid to just, like, be associated with anything that could be in proximity to femininity. So, I just love how guys be dancing. It's so funny. And also, it was really weird because the next day we went dancing again, and there were high-key, significantly more men on the dance floor than women. I ain't never seen them like that. It was a bit overwhelming, but me and this guy had a dance battle. Well, you know what? Don't know his pronouns. Definitely getting queer. Shook his ass on me. I was eating it up. And I just love going all over the world. Meeting queer people. We're the coolest. Fucking dancing on them. Fucking just enjoying life together. I think whenever I'm in proximity to people that are different from me, I just be like, I feel like feel like you have a script that I don't have. And I don't know. I don't think that inherently makes me more free, but at the same time, I'm really just thinking about like witnessing cis hetero dynamics. Oh my gosh, guys. I don't know. And then I'm queer, like, I love all people. And I just feel like there were so many baddies in Spain. I don't know. I need to get better at shooting my shot with women. But maybe just in general. But I do feel like with men it's very easy. Guys, it might be a little desperate? I don't know if there's a better word. And so yeah, it's always interesting to witness. And reminds me that really feel back a lot, really feel back. It reminds me that I'm always free to do whatever the fuck I want. Like sewing my bonnet in the airport. Very much free to do so. 12/12. Alhamdulillah. Thank you, God, for making me so free. For carrying a big ass backpack to the airport. I'm so free. Honestly, I was stressing a bit before I came here. I'm like, they're gonna make me weigh my bag. And I'm like, whatever God hands me my way, I know I can handle it because God loves me. And God only gives me things that I can handle. So, Allahu Akbar. Are you allowed to say that in the airport? I don't know. I kid. But yeah, there's just so many men in this city that we went to. And patriarchy is just a lot everywhere. It's always interesting though how it's so different everywhere. Like y'all are doing the same thing, but you have so many different flavors of it. Ooh. They're like, I'm gonna do it this way. But I really did have a good time. And it's just always interesting to like see how people perceive like stuff like gender roles differently. I just be too analytical. Like this is really what be going through my head when like I'm witnessing like my roommate talk to boys. I'm like, so this is white supremacy here, and the way that he's not making eye contact with me, that's giving anti-black. The way that he just said men rule the world, that's giving hates women. But I don't know. I just see things. I try to compare it to other things that I've seen. But at the end of the day, I really just know nothing. And I had this stark, loud message and realization last night when I went to go smoke. I finished this split that this really kind woman gave to us. And my roommate was blue because I smoked without her, but she ditched me. So at that point, fuck yeah, I'm sorry. All love. But I just had this really loud realization that like I was walking fast, it was nighttime, I was like walking home, and it's like I'm trying to hit this one, and it's like I'm already high, really on life, but there's nothing to do. And I keep having this message as well. There's nothing to do, there's nothing to learn, there's nothing to know. Everything is already. And that just gives me so much peace. And I think bringing that sentiment into moments of this where like, I'm like, oh my God, are they gonna make me wear my back? It's like, it is already. I already got it, I'm good. I'm gonna get to where I gotta go. Because it's already happened. It's time. It's not real. And that's the most beautiful thing about life is I just get to experience it. It's like watching a movie. Like, it's already done. But I have the privilege of watching it unravel, even though I don't know the ending yet. We already know it's going to end, right? So I just get to live my life. And it's really interesting as well. Last night we went to get drinks with these really old, wealthy white men. You know, they kind of have that rich laugh. And they are not happy. They're not happy. They have everything that they could want. They live in this most beautiful place in the world. They're on coke. No judgment, right? Everybody has their drug of choice. We all like to enjoy. I think breathwork could be considered a drug. Church is considered a drug in my mind. Fucking working out is a drug for some people. Like, we all have our things that we like to do to pass time, you know? It's like, you know, in the movie, like, what are you doing during the montage? Some people do coke, right? And these guys did that, and they were just getting like desperate, and I don't know. I think desperate. I don't think they were particularly unhappy. Well, some of them were. I think the more desperate ones were. But I was really glad. I sat next to like the nicest guy, and men, I'm really trying to fix my language here. There are few occasions, I've had a few experiences with some men who really just aren't for me. Like, our relationship doesn't have to go any further than here because of this. There are some men who, like, they don't really want to talk to me. They want to hear themselves talk and be affirmed. Which I feel like my mom does that a lot. I feel like it is a more masculine trait. Because masculine is like very expressive and feminine is receptive. And so when people feel blocked in certain ways, like sometimes they can only know how to do one thing, even though it creates imbalance. And he was giving me a little bit of that energy, but he was like really nice and cool. So I was like, you know, I'm grateful to be here. I feel like I'm learning a lot. Just like witnessing myself and how I interact with y'all. But I feel like my roommate needed this experience to just kind of recognize when niggas are assholes. I feel like I learned that when I was in Ghana. The telltale sign of someone that is a dickhead is if they treat service workers terribly. That is the number one obvious indication. Like if they're just like being demanding, they're like, yo, I respect it, like everyone wants what they want. It's gonna happen, but just doing too much. Not being kind to strangers. when I was in Ghana, I met this guy. He was like, I'm from Sierra Leone. I'm a diamond trader. And then we were at the same hotel. And it's funny. It's like, honestly, I hope you do know how to network with wealthy people. You literally just go to like bougie places. And I don't know, it's not better. I'll tell you that. It's literally it's just a place in which they feel safe, right? Did I feel particularly safe in these spaces? I don't know. So yeah. He was just an asshole because he would like be really mean to the service workers, and then he was like trying to fucking touch me and stuff. Just even like my arm and my hand and my leg, and like the guy that I was sitting next to, he tried to touch me a little bit, but he was very receptive. I will say, even though he did talk a lot, he was receptive and he could listen, and he was nice enough to be like, because I did think some of his friends were racist. They weren't really his friends, but it's fine. He was like, let's include Rachel on the conversation. I'm like, oh, they're so nice. I'm really just here to have some wine. Well, thank you. If I was into casual sex, I would definitely hook up with you. You're really cool. And we also bonded over loving to pleasure women. Women are the best. Women are literally the best. And then he asked me if I like to give in that way to men. And I'm like, no, I don't. I don't know. Everything about this damn trip was really weird, interesting, testing. Okay, we just all have to learn our lessons one day at a time. And I learned a lot. Alright, so that was like the first day. It was a lot of going to the beach. Met a woman at our hostel. She was like going through like a lot. And it's always interesting to meet people that are going through a lot loudly, because everybody's going through a lot. And I'm like, look at you, our vulnerable queen, breaking the ice over here. Sometimes people be oversharing, but I don't really mind stuff like that. Sometimes I do feel like people in certain demographics are more entitled to oversharing. But I think the honest truth is, if you don't want to listen, walk away. We're all just as entitled to share. And I feel like sometimes people be mad at people for oversharing. It's like envious that, you might not feel as vulnerable, as safe to be vulnerable. And then, oh my gosh, story time. My wallet got lost on our first night out drinking. I'm not gonna lie, my roommate lost it. She thinks she brought it back. She didn't bring it back. It was my choice to give it to her, and I do take accountability. And I need to call the ops actually before I leave Spain. Because of how my network thing works. Okay, I fixed it. I'm so impressive. I love myself. I am magical. I can do anything. This bonnet has been through so much. This is my like second or third time trying to fix it. But that's all good. Boom. I'm like, it's so uncommon for people to cover their heads in Europe. I'm like, y'all are weird. I'm sorry, they're not weird. They're like, we would never, I mean, in Italy they do. They wear the little parkas and shit. Okay, so I'm really just gonna wrap this up. But yes, story time. My wallet got lost. We were drunk as fuck. Our friend that we went to visit is a sommelier, so he loves to drink wine. He got us like, I think 2 or 3 bottles of wine. And then we went to a bar after. And I had like, we both got 2 cocktails. And I did finish mine. And then my roommate, she didn't like eat before, so she got really fucked up fast. And it's just so sad. Like, we were literally on the street, and I remember like she wanted to smoke a fucking cig. I'm like, Amber, can we not do this now? Can we please not do this now? She's like, I want to smoke my cig. It's my fault. I ain't able to because I bought the damn cigarettes. And then she's like having me hold all the shit that was in her bag so she could find the fucking lighter. And it's all in my hand. And then she goes and then she pulls her cig, she's smoking, she puts all the shit back. And she didn't zip her bag up all the way. And I low-key peeped that she didn't zip her bag up. And I should have fucking said something. I don't know what's wrong with me. There's nothing wrong with me, guys. I'm perfect. It's fine. I'm not meant to have it. This was supposed to be a challenge I was supposed to encounter because honestly, even when it happened, I was not stressed. I'm like, I have enough money. I didn't bring all my cash. Thank God I was smart enough to not do that. Normally, when I go out with her and she brings a purse, I always just give her my ID, a card, and like 20 euros. But for some reason, I didn't do it that time. I'm trying to stay calm because we all make mistakes. We're just human. It's life. And yes, I made a mistake on my first day of arriving. It's fine. I'm fine. And I also know that, you know, whoever has it, they needed it. And I hope my money blesses them and that they're able to experience abundance from it and that they multiply it by 1 zillion and that it eventually gives back to me in some way. That's all I know. So yeah, that was like the first night. And like I said, went to the beach a lot, went dancing a lot. We were in Marbella. I never said that. Marbella. Oh my God. My roommate speaks Italian and I've been listening to her say Marbella this whole time. She says Marbella. I'm like, we are in Spain, so it's like Marbella. And my big ass bag. I love it. Thank you, back. This backpack has been through the world and back with me, okay? We've been on so many adventures. Shout out to my backpack. Backpack. Let's go. So, any other story times? So then the next day, this was actually like a big amount of our trip. The next day I'm like, we gotta look for it and go to the police station. And that was cool, you know, I never been to a police station to like report something, so it was definitely an experience. Y yo practiqué mi español mucho y era un privilegio para hablar con otras personas y sentir apoya en un otro país y para experimentar el amor de otras personas en un lugar que yo no sé. It was just a blessing and a privilege to feel supported and to meet kind people, right? I be like, I'm an anarchist and then I like need help. So I'm like, thank you for helping me, even though sometimes I don't really stand by, you know, the ops. I really used to be like ACAB, and then I saw that on graffiti today. And I just kind of realized what a reach ACAB is and like how extremism is never the answer. Because we live in the realm of polarity, and swinging to either side is always just bound to bring you back to the other. So we went to one police station. So we got there the first night, got too drunk. Next day, went to the beach, hung out with that girl from our Airbnb, and then we went to the police station like later in the evening. And the officer was super nice. And then the next day, I went to another police station. They were like, they have another lost and found, see if they have it. And then the day after that was like yesterday. I don't know. Time is so not real. Like, everything just happened so fast. And I just can't even keep up with what I did, what happened. None of it makes sense. And then I think the next day, we did yoga on the beach. That was really amazing. My friends are super generous and kind and loving. And so I just love any opportunity where I get to share my gifts with them. And like, yoga is just so healing, and it's such a healing gift. So thank you, God, for blessing me with His knowledge. And I was so grateful to have that moment with my friends. We did it on the beach. It was so cute. And then we got coffee after, and then I also played some piano for them too. That was so fun. I love being so like talented. I'm like, oh yeah, I can play y'all some songs or whatever. I was feeling sick, so I really just couldn't sing, but that would have been cool too, but next time. And then, that was like 2 days ago. And then later that night, we got dinner with our friends, and then there was also a festival happening. So all weekend, we would just walk to this festival. I love Gitano music. I was so happy. It was everything I wanted. I got to dance the day away, because a lot of the events were more in the daytime. And I just love music. And then there were so many beautiful women, and then they were like dressed in like traditional dress. And then I was like, is this cultural appropriation? Like, y'all don't even fuck with dark skinned people, but and aren't gypsies like, or Romani people like dark? But once again, me analyzing some shit I like only know a little bit about. But I'm sure I'm right, and I'm sure I'm also wrong in some way. I love that other people struggle with recycling and waste management in Europe, and it's not just me. I really just be making assumptions in this bitch. I'd be like, if I'm gonna throw it away, throw it with confidence. Okay, gotta keep walking, okay. I just witnessed someone do that. I love the airport. We got really good ice cream. I had vegan pistachio. That shit was good as fuck. And I can't wait to get gelato in Florence. I can't wait. It's gonna be so good. And then we are excited to see our kebab man, Samuel. Shout out to Samuel. And yeah. And then every night, me and my roomie, we'd end our night on the balcony, drinking tea, reflecting on our day, doing some rosebud thorns, and that was just super cute to just reflect together. And also, oh my gosh, another story time. I'm gonna try to end this in like 5 minutes because damn, this is long as hell. So my roommate has always dreamt of going on a Vespa, and she's like everything in accordance to European beauty standards, but she be like so shy, nervous, and insecure, and I'm like, oh my god, bitch, like you're killing me. Everybody is so desperate for your attention. If you were like, give me a ride, they would eat that shit up. But she's a pussy, and I accept that. I love pussies. I'm one. I have one. We don't always have to be so forward, right, and aggressive for the things that we want. So I respect it, and I'm like, okay, let me step up. Because I feel like I used to feel like that too, like just kind of like insecure, nervous, and afraid to ask people for stuff. But it's like, bitch, life is short. You can say no, and it's like, I don't know. I think a part of life for me is really grounding to the fact that I wouldn't want someone to say yes if they didn't mean it. I'd much rather hear no. And that no is a beautiful word. It's beautiful for me, and it's beautiful for others. So to face rejection is really just God. It's just divine redirection. And that's really just how I've been perceiving, like, taking risk and, like, risking a no or whatever. So we're walking back from dancing. We danced for like a minute, and I have a really funny video of me dancing, which I'm like, I'm gonna post it, but I'm nervous to post it because I don't like to shake my ass on the internet, but who cares? So we just left dancing, you know, doing a headstand, throwing it, fucking it up in the club. And then we walked past this beautiful garden that we went to earlier in the day. And then I'm like, she's like, let's walk through it. I'm like, okay, bet. We walked through it. And then as she actually went to take pictures there, we took some pictures. And then as we're walking out, this guy is like looking at us, and he's smiling, and I wave. And then he waves. And then we just kind of keep walking, and then like I look back. He has a helmet on, so I'm like, she's been saying how much she wants this. I also, you know, I'm always down for a little adventure. I used to want like to ride a Vespa that badly, but then I went to Brazil where I could just pay for it for like $1 or $2. Really, like at most for like an hour ride, it would be like fucking $6. And it was so fun, but it also kind of hurt my neck because, you know, it's not super stable. I'm really like, I'm about to secure the mission for my girl over here. And so I go up to him, and then I'm just kind of like, oh, hey, like, what's your name? And we're just talking, and he's like, give me your number. And I'm like, okay, take me out. Let's go somewhere. And so, actually, I didn't say that until I texted him. I texted him, and I was like, let's go for a ride and bring a friend for my friend. Let's go dancing. And he's like, okay, bet. Send me a picture of your friend. And then I did it. And then he's like, oh, you guys are so adorable or something. Also, I'm just peeping. We were interacting with old ass niggas like all week. That's actually kind of weird. But like I said, there were a lot of men there, and they were kind of old. But I definitely have a biased definition of what old is. He was mid-30s. But I low-key don't even believe him. The people be lying. Me and Amber be lying. So I'm like, I know y'all is lying. And then those white guys we were talking to yesterday, they were just lying nonstop. Like, and they just thought it was so funny. I'm like, damn. Y'all ain't take us serious enough to, like, give us a hint of the truth. And also, the guys yesterday thought, I don't know if it's we or just my friend, because, like, they were pursuing her, not me. They thought she was a prostitute. One in particular, like the one that she was flirting with and that she was interested in. And he thought she was. Which is no judgment. We love sex workers. Shout out to sex workers, because if they didn't do their job, who would, right? Desperate men need them, and they need desperate men. Or they enjoy satisfying desperate men. And we all like our own thing, right? So no shade on that. But I'm just like, damn, that's a hell of a assumption. I don't even understand how they reached that. Like, the guy came over and asked for a cigarette while we were drinking wine. Like, I don't know. That shit was just weird as fuck. I literally don't know, but it kind of makes me think, like, I don't know. It was just really weird. I'm like, so are these the niggas that be going, like, on that island? This the type of nigga that would be excited to go to a Diddy party. Because he was also... yesterday, it was just a lot to be around them. I was like, this is kind of overwhelming me, but I'm also kind of entertained. Like y'all are just weird as hell. Particularly the guy that she was flirting with. I'm like, he was very weird. And she didn't really take my word for it until like way later, which is okay. But he was like, oh, you look so young. Like, that was like a turn on. Always super weird. And he was like 41 allegedly. So yes, interacting with a lot of older men, and I feel like older men, when they pursue younger women, are desperate and too often aggressive, like unnecessarily. Anyway, the guy that I was flirting with, he was also older than me. I'm young. I'm like, I guess I'm not that young anymore, but I'm young. And so the next day comes where I'm like, the day where I was like, take me for a ride tomorrow, let's go dancing. The next day comes, and then we go to his job, and he's like, pull up. And I'm like, okay, I'm here. And then he like talks to his friend the whole time. Didn't buy my drink. And then like at the very end he talks to me. But it was cool. I appreciated the opportunity to flirt in Spanish, to practice my new languages. And I spoke a little bit of Portuguese, but because he was actually Brazilian, he was working at a Brazilian restaurant. And everybody there was like, not everybody, but one of the waiters was really cool and good vibes. So we were talking to him a little bit. And people just walk past and I get so distracted. I'm sorry, guys. This is going so long. We go, and then like we're flirting for a minute, and then he's like, okay, I'm about to leave. I'm like, okay, well, cool, bye. Oh, I was not feeling him, and mostly because he didn't really talk to me, and he only talked for like a minute, and then he had to leave. Like, it was just weird. Like, and then he was also forward, and I don't like it when niggas are forward unless like there's like a connection. I don't know how to even explain that, but like I only kiss people that I actually like them into, like on some deeper level than like just like a nice smile. Like, so he asked me for a kiss while we were at the restaurant. I was like, no. And then he was like, okay, well, it was really nice meeting you. I'm gonna leave soon. I'm like, okay, cool, bye. And then he's like, he goes, and then he comes back like a minute later. He's like, do you want to go for a ride? And I'm like, I was really indifferent. Like, I was not, because I feel like whenever, biggest lesson in life for me, it's actually one of my favorite movies. It's called The King of New York, or Behold the King of New York. I don't know, Charlie Chaplin is in it. It's really good. It's made in the 50s. And like the whole thesis of the movie is that desperation causes one to lose oneself, and they just have no sense of self. So never be desperate. Never make decisions out of desperation, because integrity is priceless. And I really try to stay grounded to my integrity whenever I'm making decisions, especially when interacting with other people, because we're energetic beings, and other people can sense desperation even if you don't, say you're desperate. So I made my decision to go. My friend really encouraged me. I'm like, oh, fine, I'll go. Sure, it'll be fun. And then he like pulls up to the beach, and then he's like trying to kiss up on me, and I'm just like, he was cute and it was cool, but of resilience in my experience of two people, maybe because I'm like this starting. Oh my god, like I think that's pretty normal there, which I don't like. And I feel like when I'm around people that are too forward for me, it doesn't even give me the space to like really feel like if this is something that I want, like, like, can we meet halfway? Like, why do you have to run over here? Like, you're just doing too much. So yeah, he's like trying to kiss up on me. We're on the beach. I'm looking at the moon. Whenever niggas be like so thirsty, I just be like, God is so amazing. I'm gonna listen to the water. So I'm like, is that escapism if I'm like enjoying reality? I don't know how that works. But he was just kept on like trying to make a move, and I'm like, well, no thanks. No thanks. And then he finally took a hint after too long, which is like, guys, stop doing shit like that. That's weird. You're being weird. And he took a hint. And then we got back on the bike, and then he drove me back. And I will say the one nice thing that he did is, he handled his rejection with grace enough to offer my friend a ride. So as soon as I got off the bike, I literally jumped off the bike. I'm not gonna lie, because my subconscious was like in flight mode a little bit. I'm like, oh, I gotta run. I gotta fucking go. I gotta dip. So I jump off the bike. He's literally in the middle of the street, like across the road of the restaurant, back where my friend was. I jump off the bike, and then I like give him the helmet, and then my friend's right there, and he's like, do you want to go for a ride? And then he's like, yeah. She's like, yeah. I'm like, go ahead, like, girl, you want to go. Like, this is really for you. He didn't even bring a friend, like I told him to. So that was irritating, because I'm like, ugh, niggas just be lying. Maybe he tried. I don't know his life. And she has a lot of fun, and so I was really happy to help get that for her. And that, just to be able to give an experience like that it was priceless. Like, she's been talking about this for so long. So while she went for her ride, I walked to this Irish bar that I had gone to the night before. They had live music. I love music. So I'm like, let me just see if there's any music playing. And there wasn't. It was about to close pretty late. So I just went to the bathroom, and then